everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, September 12th through Sunday, September 18th, 2016. Can you believe how fast this month of September is flying by? It just seems like not that long ago when we were starting the month with that new moon solar eclipse. And this energy of this week is going to be highly important as well because we have our full moon lunar eclipse this week. So a lot's going on, a lot to talk about, but let's kind of start out by looking at the decks we're going to use and the stones of choice for the week. So for this weekly reading, we're going to be using the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot deck, and your special message card is going to come from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Now, your stones of choice for your special message card from that deck. Your first stone of choice is Chiron. And I chose all purple stones this week because of our full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And Pisces is that energy, the last sign of the zodiac that signifies the spiritual realm and unconditional love and compassion. And so all three of these stones are purple, kind of to signify that Piscean energy, but they have different meanings. And the charoite is a stone of transformation. It helps us to overcome our fears, and it helps with huge spiritual changes, huge changes in our physical reality on a spiritual level, and also with vibrational healing and vibrational changes, so it can help to heal physically and emotionally as well. Your second stone of choice is Lapita Light. And Lapita Light, in this form, it's in a mica form, which means it's a flaky kind of soft stone, which actually makes the energy of the Lapita Light more powerful. So this is a powerful stone in helping to dissipate and release negative energies, negativity of any kind. It helps to also dissipate any electromagnetic pollution, things from cell phones and computers. It helps to clear blockages from the heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. And it also helps us to connect with our past lives where there has been some blockages that are now affecting us in this life. So if you're having any energies in this life situations and circumstances to where you feel blocked, or there's some sort of a karmic kind of repeating theme of blocks and being held back, this can help you to go back to those previous lifetimes to find out why. And the third stone of choice is something that we probably all know very well, and this is amethyst. And the amethyst, obviously a very powerful high vibrational stone as well, and it's a protective stone. It's great for protecting your energies. It's got, like I said, a very high spiritual vibration. It's good for dreams. It's good for helping us open our crown chakra to receive divine messages of guidance and speak with our angels and guides. Helps to transmute lower energies into unconditional love. And it helps to calm our mind and help to create more of a stability with our mind. It also helps us access higher states of consciousness. So all three of these stones are pretty awesome. Again, we have the charoite, the Lapita Light, and the amethyst. So we're going to take a look first at the astrology for the week. And I just have to check in with you all as I take a deep breath and say, hasn't it been pretty intense this month of September, like we knew it would be? You know, we go all the way back to the middle of August when we had that first full moon lunar eclipse, and then September 1st, a new moon solar eclipse. Now this week we're going to have another full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, and we're still in a Mercury retrograde. And also on top of all of that, we just had our last Saturn-Neptune square last week. And I think that we can all attest to this feeling. I feel it right in my solar plexus, just a kind of a huge vibrational energy in the solar plexus, almost like I don't know, it feels very tense and very, very kind of holding a lot of energy there. So I'm hoping that as we move through this week and move past Mercury retrograde and get done with the eclipses of September, I hope that, and I'm sure that we'll all feel a little bit lighter, I hope, as we move into October. But nonetheless, let's look at the energies for this week. On Monday and Tuesday, the 12th and 13th, we have Mercury retrograde in Virgo coming together with the Sun in Virgo, and they're both going to be in a challenging aspect to Mars and Sagittarius. So I really feel like, we're still with that Mercury retrograde contemplating things, we're going over details, we're gathering further information, before we maybe speak our truth about something. And of course, that Virgo energy is bringing up some anxieties, and it's bringing up maybe some fears about communication aspects that we might have to have with other people. It's really about paying attention to the details, sorting things out in our mind before making a move. And that square to Mars, or that challenging aspect to Mars and Sagittarius, we're going to really want to, on Monday or Tuesday, feel like we might even be pushed by the universe to actually have some sort of communication or make some sort of decision. Now remember, Mercury retrograde, they say to wait until after Mercury goes direct before making any decisions. But we might have some sort of an initiating kind of conversation, or at least in our own mind, we're maybe coming to some sort of conclusion or making a decision within our heads before maybe, speaking our truth or having that conversation, or making that decision that's going to really affect our future course of events. Then we're going to skip ahead to Friday, because Friday is the full moon lunar eclipse. It's at 24 degrees of Pisces, which means the sun is at 24 degrees of Virgo. The moon is at 24 degrees of Pisces. This is going to be a powerful eclipse. We're going to feel this building up all week because of that Virgo energy with Mercury and the sun squaring Mars. But this one is really important because we have Chiron, the wounded healer, at 23 degrees Pisces. So that's only 1 degree away from this full moon lunar eclipse. So that Chiron wound, that Chiron past life healing energy is really going to be strong. And not only is the moon conjuncting or, with Chiron and Pisces on that full moon lunar eclipse, but both the sun and the moon are going to be, and Chiron, are going to be in a square or challenging aspect to Mars and Sagittarius. So Mars and Sagittarius is having a lot of action this week. Earlier in the week first, it's challenging the Sun and Mercury. And then Friday, later in the week, it's challenging that full moon lunar eclipse and Chiron. So there's going to be a lot of healing energies that are taking place, a lot of wounds from this life that were carried over from previous lifetimes that are going to attempt to be cleared and released, because that's what happens at a full moon. Is after the full moon, everything gets really intense as we build up to the full moon, and then there's a clearing, and then there's a releasing, and then there's a purging, and that happens with all full moons. But because this is an eclipse energy, it's going to be much more powerful, and because it's squaring Mars in Sagittarius, it's going to be much more powerful, conjuncting Chiron, much more powerful. That square to Mars, which is a challenging aspect, I kind of feel like it's, in a way it's going to feel challenging, but in a way I feel like it's needed. I feel like this is going to push us to move in a different direction, because Mars is our physical energy. It's our forward movement. It's the action energy. And especially Mars in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, wants to take action fast, and it wants to take action now. And that full moon lunar eclipse is going to come in, and it's going to say, okay, it's time to wash away like a tidal wave all that you no longer need in your life, situations, circumstances, maybe relationships, belief systems, thoughts, old emotions, past life karmic wounds. And then that Mars, that square to Mars in Sagittarius, is like, okay, let's push us in a new direction. Let's push us into a new energy that is more to the point of where we need to be and where we need to go. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we have Mars continuing on its journey, and it's making a positive connection to Uranus. And then on Sunday, early, it's making, not Mars, but Venus is actually making a connection to Uranus. It's opposing Uranus. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have a lot of Uranus energies going on. And Uranus is about things that are sudden, unexpected, surprises, high vibrational energy that deals with universe and a downloading of higher vibrational energies or higher information and knowledge. And again, it's connecting with both Mars and Venus for the weekend, which makes me think that there might be some surprises in regards to our direction, surprises in regards to some of the choices that we or other people are making, maybe some surprises in relationship matters. It could be a quick releasing of a relationship, or it could be a new relationship also that comes in, or it could be both. But there's definitely a lot of intense energies going on this week. So that is the astrology. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our angels and guides have to tell us for this week's weekly reading. So we turn over the first card. Okay, we have Major Arcana, number 12. It's called Awakening in this deck with Archangel Gabriel. And the message at the bottom says, look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill, it's important to be yourself. Now, this is traditionally the Hanged Man in the tarot. And with the Hanged Man, you know, he's hanging upside down from a branch, usually by 1 foot. Here in this card, it's called Awakening, and we have Archangel Gabriel hanging upside down and at an angle. And so she's the communication angel. She's the angel of divine messages. It's where we receive messages and maybe also give messages or communicate with other people. And again, because she's hanging upside down and at an angle, we're needing to look at things from a different perspective or understand things from a different perspective. And when I read the bottom of the card, when it said a temporary standstill, right away I got this like tidal wave wash of energies being purged, just like that full moon lunar eclipse we have coming up with Chiron. It's going to kind of clear and purge all that we no longer need. And I think that's the temporary standstill. It's like we're needing to kind of release before we take in something new. We're needing to purge and let go before we head off in a new direction. And that's what that temporary standstill is. I almost get the feeling like we really have to just be within ourselves and allow this cleansing to take place. Do extra meditation, have extra alone time, take extra self-care and nurture yourself during this time. It's going to be really super important. But nonetheless, whatever situations and circumstances are going on around you, look at that again from a higher perspective, a higher spiritual perspective. Why might this be happening? Why might the situations in our life be changing and redirecting? It's to put us on our true path. It's to align us with our higher spiritual truth, the direction that we really do need to go in, and what we really deserve in our life, or what would really bring us happiness and joy in our life. And that's where we need to look at things from a different perspective. Even though things might be challenging and things are changing and being redirected, it's for a higher purpose. It's going to bring something that's really good for us if we just allow. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second card. The second card is the Queen of Air, okay? And the Queen of Air says independent, experienced, realistic, and witty, objective decision-making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. So, we just talked about this, clearing away the old, and that's the main thing that I get from this card, is that we're really having to be logical in a way, but also connect with that higher spiritual perspective with the Queen of Air and clear away all thoughts and all belief systems about ourselves and our lives that no longer serve our best and highest interest. And I know I say that a lot, but this is the truth of the matter. We have the Queen here, and she's almost looking here into a ball of energy, or a crystal ball, if you will. It's almost like she's seeing the future, or she's seeing her desires of how she wants her future to be. And then she's logically looking at her reality in this moment. In this moment, in your reality, are things vibrating the way that you see your future, the way that you desire your future circumstances to be? And if there's something that's not vibrating towards that future dream or future goal or future reality of what you desire in your life, whether it be a career matter or a relationship matter, then we have to adjust the present moment in order to get to where it is that we want to in this crystal ball of energy. So therefore, again, the clearing away definitely might be on, the mental level of old thoughts of maybe undeservedness or not being good enough or never going to be able to accomplish this or that. But the clearing away energy might also be on a physical realm too, to where it's time to make some changes in our physical reality. Let's look at the last card. Well, second to the last card. I felt this week was important enough to pull a fourth card, which is back here. But the third card, wow, the Wheel of Fortune with Archangel Michael. I love this card. I always love to see it. And the message at the bottom says, a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. Now, what I'm getting from this is that, yes, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Yes, Archangel Michael is divinely guiding and protecting us. There is going to be positive change ahead. This is a very positive card. Might we have to move through some challenging energies before we get to the positive new beginning that the Wheel of Fortune suggests? Yes, we might have to move through some challenging energies. We are moving through and have been moving through some challenging energies. For a good portion of this year we have, but remember, September is a 9 personal month in a 9 personal year of 2016. And so this is really the height of the energy of that 9 universal year. Did I say personal? I meant universal. So it's really the heightening of that 9 universal energy for the year of 2016, of the closing down of a cycle or the end of a cycle of energy, the closing of a chapter in our lives. And yes, we're going to move into a new direction, a new energy after we've cleared all of that out. So I feel like there's going to be some sudden movement, especially as we get to October. Okay, yes, there might be events that suddenly move this week, but the positive new direction, we start to see a glimpse of it in October, but I see we'll see even more of that positive movement and a new direction and a new beginning when we get to 2017, of course, because that will be a 1 or a 10, depending on how you want to look at that, universal year, which we'll talk more about in the future. But this is, to me, again, this is saying that Archangel Michael is watching over us. So please have no fears. Call on him to pull old cords of energies that you no longer need and help you to have confidence and security in moving forward on the next step of your journey. Let's look at the fourth card. See how we can wind it all up here and see what it says. Okay, well, talk about quick, fast movement of energies. We have the Eight of Fire, which is the 8 of Wands in the traditional tarot. And it says events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. Okay, so remember here in the Awakening card that it said a temporary standstill, which I thought was the clearing away of the old energies of the full moon lunar eclipse with Chiron, which I still do believe. But now we have the 8 of Fire. I feel like after that eclipse is over, things are going to start to unfold rather quickly. The dominoes are going to start, kind of moving here rather quickly, opening us up to new opportunities, new doors, new directions. And it's going to be a little chaotic too. The 8 of Fire is always kind of a chaotic energy. There's a lot of spiritual energy going off in all different directions, which is not negative, but can feel a little bit busy or sometimes unbalanced just because there's so much happening, because there's going to be so much change that kind of comes in all of a sudden quickly, which really relates to that Uranus energy for the weekend too. With Uranus, things happen fast and quickly. So I feel like once that lunar eclipse happens Friday, the rest of the weekend, and probably into next week as well, we're going to see some fast movement and unfolding of the stories of our lives, the next step on our paths. All right, let's put this back here. Let's take a look at your special message card, depending on your stone of choice. So let's call in Archangel Raphael. And I chose Archangel Raphael, the deck for this week, because of the healing of that Chiron in that lunar eclipse. Okay, so this one is going to be for Charoid people. Charoid people, Archangel Raphael says fresh air. You need to get some fresh air. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. So not only is this about really getting fresh air, you know, getting oxygen in your system. Oxygen, by the way, can really help to heal you on a physical level. Normally, when we have health imbalances going on, if we get more oxygen into our body through exercise and breathing deeply, like through meditation or yoga, this is going to help us immensely with physical healing and rebalancing our bodies. But of course, the message at the bottom kind of takes us in a little bit different direction too. It says, thank you for helping me breathe easier. So I really feel like this is almost like breathing a sigh of relief. You know, this is like calling in Archangel Raphael to help you to heal and release and let go of those old energies so that you can kind of breathe that sigh of relief. I feel like you'll be letting go of something, whether it be a physical situation in your life or just some energetics that you're carrying from in the cellular memory. The letting go is going to ease up your energy, sort of like that knot that I feel in my solar plexus. You know, once that is released, then I can breathe a sigh of relief, and we can all kind of have that exhale and say, okay, now I'm ready to move on to the next step. And it'll be like they're showing me this word fresh and fresh air. It'll be like a fresh start, a fresh start. All right, I'll put that there, and we'll take a look at the message for the Lapita Light people. So giving that another little bit of a shuffle, and this one is really calling my attention. So for Lapita Light people, interesting, we have a lot of things dealing with almost physical healing here, but this is hydration. And this says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for motivating and guiding me to drink more water so that my health, energy, and appetite stay at optimal levels throughout each day. Okay, so one other thing besides the obvious of drinking more water is they're actually relating this to the higher vibrational energies of all the eclipses that we've been experiencing, Saturn squaring Neptune last week. Because of these higher vibrational energies that are coming in fast and furious and really affecting us, we're needing more water, not simply to hydrate, but to help kind of with the higher spiritual energies that are coming in. It's almost like because water is a conductor of energy, if we drink more water and hydrate our bodies, it helps those higher vibrational energies to conduct better throughout our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And that's going to help us to realign faster, be able to heal faster, and integrate faster on all the levels that we need to. So that's a huge message that I'm getting with that. You know, and even though this is kind of beyond the realm of what this card is talking about, I am very drawn to the fact that Archangel Raphael is on this bridge here over the water. He's kind of standing still on the center of the bridge. So I feel again like there's this period of time to where we just need to allow and be still, stand still. It's like we're crossing the bridge into a new reality or going off in a new direction or a new realm of beingness by crossing this bridge. But we're needing to take just a few moments here and stand still and allow the healing energies to move through us without, taking any actions right away. The actions, I think, are going to come after the full moon lunar eclipse and into next week and next month. But take some time for yourself and just be in the present moment. All right. Those of you that chose the Amethyst, let's see what Archangel Raphael's message for the Amethyst people is. Okay, this one's calling my attention. This one says increased energy. Okay, so a lot again about the kind of the physical body here, but this is not only increased physical energy, but again increased spiritual energy, I feel. This message at the bottom says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of divine love and light. And of course, Archangel Raphael heals with his emerald green light. We have the wings here of Archangel Raphael on this card, with especially the tips of his wings bathed in emerald green light. And this beautiful light emanating from his heart chakra and even from his crown chakra. So there's an increased spiritual healing energy that's all around you this week. And again, healing not only and increasing not only your physical energy, but it's also healing you on an emotional, mental, and spiritual level. Archangel Raphael is also known for healing the heart chakra energies, old emotional wounds, relationships. So there's also an increased energy around these areas as well that's bringing in a mass amount of this healing energy. All right, I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. If you've liked this reading, please check out the other readings on my channel, Colleen Lemma, and like and share and comment and subscribe to the channel if you like. Check out my Facebook posts on my pages, Colleen Lemma and Sacred Soul Empowerment, and also check out my services on my website, sacredsoulempowerment.com. I love each and every one of you. I'm sending you immense amounts of love and light and healing energy during this time, and many, many angel blessings to all of you.